All right, so we got a new batch of the 1053 spoilers, and these are even crazier than what we went over yesterday. Like, this is easily one of the most substantial chapters in the series, and some of the best spoilers that we've ever gone over. So let's just get into it. So to bring you up to speed, what we went over yesterday was the reveal of Buggy joining the Yonko. Yes, it was revealed that Buggy and Luffy are going to be the new emperors. So the new Yonko are Buggy, Luffy, Shanks, and Blackbeard. I know, pretty crazy, doesn't really make sense to the readers, but in the world of One Piece, especially to like the incompetent Gorosei and world government, kind of makes sense, I guess. But also Oda kind of told us that this was going to happen because we see this pairing on the cover of volume 25, and also Toei somehow kind of told us this was going to happen because Buggy straight up says it in episode 629 of the anime. But also we were told that we were going to get the new bounties on Luffy, Kid, and Law, but they weren't revealed in the spoilers yesterday. But now we're finding out that they are 3 billion each. So that's pretty awesome, but also at the same time a little disappointing because, you know, Luffy should have a higher bounty than them because he did, you know, more of the heavy lifting here, taking down Kaido. But it's fine, there's still time for Luffy to climb the ranks and raise his bounty. His most significant fights are still ahead of him. And also, if you add Big Mom's 4.388 something bounty along with Kaido's 4.61111 some bounty, it comes close to 9 billion. So maybe that's what they were going for, like dividing it amongst the three of them here. Speaking of that, their 3 bounties here are higher than Blackbeard's because he's only like 2.2 and some change. So that's going to raise some interesting developments going forward because I'm pretty sure we're going to see Blackbeard reacting to this and he's probably not going to be happy about it. Especially because when he initially found out about Luffy's new bounty and him being called like one of the new emperors, he himself said, haha, you're not ready for that title yet. So expect that coming soon. The image on Luffy's wanted poster is Gear 5, so that's awesome. That's also going to make for some great merch. And if you're wondering like, wait, when did they get a picture of that? Who knows? Maybe it was a Pooh who snuck a snapshot real quick. I mean, he implied himself that he was the one who leaked the information out in the first place, or it was one of the CP0 agents, especially that one that was like running away. Hitatsu is revealed to be Kozuki Sukiyaki, Oden's dad. Okay, so there we go, another massive reveal here. I mean, we knew for sure that there was like some kind of secret behind Hitatsu. I mean, he wore a mask and he was secretive, especially when he told us that he couldn't go into town for certain reasons. But I did not expect him to be friggin' Oden's dad, especially because it was implied that he was dead this whole time, although the circumstances around his death were ambiguous. I just assumed that Orochi poisoned him because that's what the Kurozumis did to the Kozukis in the past, and it just said that he had fallen ill. And when Oden confronted Orochi about it, he asked him like, did my dad really die of an illness, or like what's going on with him? And Orochi didn't say anything, and that kind of left it up in the air, and some people speculated that he was still alive. And if you theorize that Hitatsu was Sukiyaki, then congrats, you knocked it out of the park. Also, this is great because now there's another person who can read the poneglyphs, because that's like the Kozuki thing, and write them as well. So I'm sure he's going to teach Momo that stuff, which is important because, you know, the poneglyphs and all that stuff is going to be a huge part going forward into the series since we are entering the final saga. Hey, also guys, if you like my One Piece content, please subscribe if you haven't already. It's fine if you don't want to, but if you just needed to be reminded, here you go. Thank you. Robin talks with him and says that Pluton is in the land of Wano. Alabasta only had the poneglyph which gave its location. Another massive reveal here. This is like so big that I almost can't believe that it's true. So Robin pretty much knew this the whole time because she read the poneglyph in chapter 202, which was like, I don't know, 18, 19 years ago, but she never revealed exactly what it said, and we were just led to believe that it was in Alabasta somewhere. No, it's in Wano this whole time. So let me just catch you up to speed on what Pluton is. It's one of the 3 ancient weapons, Poseidon, Uranus, and Pluton. And apparently back in the Void Century, it was made on Water 7, and it's like this huge, super advanced warship. And after the war, which I'm assuming was Joy Boy versus Emu, it just disappeared. And I guess it disappeared because it's in Wano. It's possible that Wano was made to house Pluton, because if you look at the structure of Wano, it's pretty weird how it's made. I mean, it's obviously artificial, and it's possible that it's like in this portion that's, you know, holding up the islands, that's surrounded by the rocks and stuff. And it's also possible that this is why Wano is closed off in the first place, because it's housing Pluton. I mean, I'm sure there's other significance to it, like with the sea stone and the volcano and all that stuff. And also one of the main reasons why Kaido came there in the first place, because he also said, like, you know, why do you think I'm in Wano? Don't you know what's here? I'm paraphrasing, but he said something like that. And we also know that Higurashi, like, more or less convinced him to come there, but there's more reasons than just that. And while Kaido in theory knew that it was here, I guess he still didn't know exactly where it was, and I guess this whole time he was looking for it. And also further makes sense because the Kozukis were like boys with Joy Boy, and further makes sense that the Nefertaris were connected to them somehow, because they obviously have the poneglyph telling of its location, and there's a reason why the Nefertaris weren't included in the royal families back in the day and why they broke away from them. So it's all, you know, connected to Joy Boy and, you know, keeping Pluton away from Imu and the world government. Ryokuyu's real name is Aramaki. He can create plants and he can absorb people's nutrients. We saw him using this against King and Queen. He also has a sword and wears sunglasses too. Okay, so there you go. That's Ryokuyu's name. And I think we're also seeing his face in this chapter. It's not being revealed in these spoilers, but I heard on the grapevine that we do see his face, and he does look like a famous Japanese actor. That's kind of like the recurring theme amongst the admirals. And I guess this means that he's not Shimotsuki Ushimaru, meaning that he's not Zoro's dad. So I was wrong. Sorry guys if I got your hopes up on that. And to be honest, I didn't like need that to be true. I just expected it to be true, if anything. The thing that I really wanted was just for Zoro's backstory to get explained finally. I just wanted to go more into Zoro, if anything, but it looks like we're still gonna have to wait for that. And it's, you know, also possible that Ushimaru's still out there. I mean, if Sukiyaki's still alive, there's still a chance. But yeah, it also turns out that Ryoku seems to have some kind of plant devil fruit. I mean, we pretty much knew that was the case when we saw him in the previous chapter, but this straight up confirms it. And also, one of the first One Piece videos I ever made, like 4 years ago, was like theorizing about Ryoku having some kind of plant devil fruit, because when he said that, you know, he hadn't eaten 3 years or whatever, that led a lot of people, including myself, to speculate that, like, oh, you know, green doesn't eat, maybe he has some kind of plant devil fruit, and it's like photosynthesis that allows him to just absorb sunlight. And I know I said in the previous video that him fasting had to do with like him being a samurai, and you know, that was plausible, but no, it's just because of the plant thing here. And I don't necessarily know if it's because of the photosynthesis, but because he can absorb people's nutrients like friggin' cell, because technically that's not eating. And he's using this against King and Queen, and I don't know if they're like getting back up and like fighting him or something, because the last time we saw them, they were getting defeated by Sanji and Zoro. So is he just coming across their like unconscious bodies and then just jabbing them like Cell and sucking them dry? I hope they're not dead, because, you know, King is a friggin' Lunarian, and I was hoping that we could go more into that stuff. And I also felt that there was like a face turn in King for some reason, and I'm hoping that's still a possibility. Queen, don't really care if he turns face or whatever, but he still is connected to Vegapunk, so there's something there. There's a big party in the flower capital, and there are fireworks. Oh, that's nice. They deserve it. And also, I think Uteron might have predicted that. Kid arrives at the party and shows Luffy the newspaper. The 4 new emperors are revealed to be Shanks, Teach, Luffy, and Buggy. So Luffy, and I'm assuming everyone else, is finding out what's going on here, and I can't wait to see what their reaction is. I'm assuming that this is like going to be the cliffhanger of the chapter. And also, unfortunately, we are not getting the reveal on the Straw Hat bounties in this chapter, hopefully in the next one. Considering that Luffy is now, you know, a cool 3 billion, hopefully this means that Zoro is at least going to get a 1 billion bounty, which he certainly deserves. And also, in case you're unaware, I'll just go over it again. After this chapter, there's going to be a 4-week break. Oda is going to take some time off, which he deserves and he should. Also getting ready for the final saga that we're going to be going into when it does return. And the next official chapter is going to be July 24th. But the earliest that we could be seeing spoilers for the next chapter might be July 18th or possibly even sooner than that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video today, guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comments, and if you liked it, please give it a like, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.